What's up, guys? Good to have you guys all back in the locker room. Yeah, I gotta show it off. Yeah. Pretty clean. What's that? What's that? Nah, that's you. You guys got anything for me today?
Well, you've done this quite a few times. I'm sure it doesn't get old, but how does it feel different after you've had this experience going into a season, playing the Packers, or all the things that go into that?
Yeah, I think it's just, you do football is so different because you have so many practices before your first game that we're just ready, and they're ready. Every team in the NFL, I'm sure the teams that are playing tonight, they're ready to go, just ready to play real football again, get in a rhythm, start competing for real. Obviously practice is great, and competing in practice and all that is great, but there's just nothing like playing NFL football games. So I know the fans are excited, and we're excited to just get out there.
Getting after for real, Packers secondary is pretty stout in many respects, coming right out of the gate facing them. What are your thoughts? It's not like you need any motivation for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think why we play this game, right? We want to play the best, and this is a group that's really good, up there with some of the best secondaries in the NFL. And we'd rather have it this way than any other way. That just come out in the season, play the best. They're a good defense. They're a good team. So we'll kind of see where we're at. It's a good way to evaluate where we're at, and it's an opportunity to compete, which we love to do.
The coaches say it's a privilege to kind of start the season this way. Kind of odd to say, but it's true, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. And you don't take these opportunities for granted. You got to go out there. You got to bring your A game. It doesn't matter who you're playing in this league. You got to bring your A game. But especially when you're playing a good opponent, a good defense, good secondary, you got to bring your A game, and you got to find a way to do that out here at practice.
Adam Justin was talking about some of the tough practices that happen and how those can kind of help you dig longer. I guess how do you feel about the way that the offense came together throughout the summer?
Yeah, obviously exciting. How things kind of progressed from OTAs, a training camp, to where we are now, game prep. Obviously, we got to go out there and show it now and prove it. We haven't really, played a real game yet, obviously. So excited to do that as well, for that opportunity to see how things are called, how we can kind of do some things differently than just going and practicing 1st and 10 and 2nd and 6 and all that, and just going out and playing football. So excited for that. It's one of those things where practice makes perfect. Like you said, when practice is tough and you're practicing and you have 10 plays in a row and you get out there on game day, it makes it feel easier. So we always talk in our receiver room is, hey, let's make it tough on ourselves out of practice. So when we get to the game, it just feels a little bit like things slow down a little bit and we can just kind of go out and play free.
How different was this experience? I mean, it's been a while since you had to learn a really whole new offense.
Yeah, no, it was not only did we have to learn a new offense for the first time in a while, but probably one of the toughest offenses I've had to learn. But now that, we were just kind of talking in the receiver room, like things are starting to click a little bit and you're not having to think as much, which obviously is huge in this league. You don't want to be out there thinking. You just want to be able to go react and play fast. So that's a good feeling. Obviously, it took a lot of time. Luckily, we were able to get a lot of reps under our belt through OTAs, training camp, and then now game prep. So excited that things are slowing down just a little bit.
What was tough about it?
Just a lot of verbiage, a lot we can do from not a lot of verbiage. So one word and everyone's got to know what to do. So there's just a lot of learning and a lot of memorizing. Sometimes playbooks are kind of a lot of words, but kind of everybody knows what to do because they're tagged or everyone kind of is told what to do through a play call. Where this offense is a lot more memorization and it's a big playbook, which is great because we can do a lot of different things. We can we can do a lot of different things with a lot of different ways, different formations. So it's a good thing, but it definitely took a little bit.
Do you think, Adam, was it any easier to pick up the new stuff having been in the league for a while, or do you feel like everyone just kind of has to start over?
I think everyone kind of starts over. Yeah, it's like learning a new language. I mean, really. Obviously, it's the same plays for the most part that you run in all offenses pretty much. But the way you do it, how you can move guys around and be in different positions, the verbiage, it's like a completely different language. So it's a lot of learning for everybody.
How quickly did you see the potential of learning some of like what that would potentially lead to?
Yeah, so that's a good question because I think to make it as simple as possible, I guess, you really don't know until you start doing some of the game situation stuff. Like I said before, every offense has the same plays pretty much, right? But it's how you run those plays, how you make them look alike, how you do them from different formations, different tempos, things like that. So it took a while to really understand because there's such a process of learning the playbook first and then kind of implementing the tempo, implementing on-the-ball stuff, and changing tempos and things like that. So it definitely, probably until recently, you really didn't know how it was going to look until you start doing the game situation stuff. Now we're in the game plan mode, talking about how we're going to do things, how we're going to call certain things. And then obviously getting to that week one will be a big thing for us to see how coach calls a game. Different situations that don't necessarily come up a lot in practice that are game situations that you have to just be in a game to realize. So I'm excited about that just to kind of see how it kind of looks in a real situation.
Did you say you're out of that thinking mode, that you're in that just kind of knowing mode right now?
Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, I think each week you still have like a game plan that of plays that maybe you didn't practice all training camp. So there's a little bit of that. But yeah, for the most part, there's not a whole lot of thinking. It's just plays that we've ran since week one OTAs, and we've got so many reps on them that you can kind of go back to the memory bank. Okay, well, I had this versus this coverage, this is what I did, and I won. Or maybe I had this versus this coverage, I did this, and I lost. So let's switch it up. So it's good to have that memory bank because you can kind of go to that especially in tough situations.
Working with Justin on that, has that kind of been an advantage again for you? How's your relationship grown in this new system?
Yeah, for sure. I think all of us kind of being in it together. No one has experience with this offense, so all of us kind of just being in it together, learning it together, learning how to make it our own together has been a really cool thing. And I think we've all kind of learned a lot from each other because, like I said, no one really had experience with this before. So being able to see what other guys are doing to have success within this offense and then being able to bring it to your game, I think is brought us closer as a group.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Adam.
Appreciate it.